Hello, welcome to A Look into Zen by Stacy Graven. This is a, collaborative thing I've put together for my final digital project. If I look into a sunset, walk into it, could I become it? There's 6 billion, 400 million 99,980 moments in a day, according to Zen, and that equals 98,463,077 snaps at the tip of your fingers. And these are moments, 65 moments per snap. So do we snap our lives away, or do we live for every snap? I say both of these to elaborate on the peace and the connectedness of Zen, and just the overall habitus, I guess you could call it, that connects everything to now, to this moment. So, from a Buddhist perspective, these are some quotes from the book in which I've kind of pulled this topic from, which is A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki. So some of the lines said by various characters are, "For now, for the time being, maybe is the world cracking open to show me something underneath. Gone, gone, gone beyond." In the Buddhist practice of Zen, there's basically an adherence to the now and saying thank you to as many things and people as possible, and trying not to miss what's happening in this second, the snap of a finger. And by reading this book, I've grown to a greater understanding of such ideals. Now, these photos that I thought to include are from a adventure, I guess you could call it, in Japanese gardens. And walking around, there was kanji symbols, or Japanese characters, that kind of labeled each section of the garden. And there was kind of a labyrinth, too, that you could walk through. And there was also, points of meditation. And while I was here, I just was amazed by the stillness and the prospects of everybody just being still and being able to appreciate the now before it disappears. Some things in the book that one of the characters, old Jiko, she was a Buddhist nun in a temple in a place called Miyagi. And in this temple, she was able to worship and sit zazen and just appreciate now and give thanks to now and receive the peace that exists. Some things that were kind of mentioned was the stillness, so very still, mindfulness, silence, and how we can appreciate the silence. Now, I didn't record this presentation under silence because I wanted to capture the environment and the sounds that would have been heard at Jiko's temple in the book by Ruth Ozeki. And I would just have to add that in my experience of this, I came to appreciate the now myself. And interestingly enough, one of the characters in this book is named Naoko, Naoko, which throughout the course of the book, it's almost as if her name says now. And I think by looking at these pictures too, we can see the influence of now. Another important factor of, if I can words, another important factor for Buddhism that's also approached kind of towards the end of the book is this concept of nirvana, and it's kind of transcending mortal existence. There's various points in the book that different characters are being bogged down, beaten down by all these various things in their lives, and they seem to have no way out of it. But if they enter a zen in their mind, they're able to escape it. So when Nao is experiencing Ijime, I believe it's called, she goes to this place of zen. So even while she's being bullied, being physically beaten, there's all these things that kind of hold her together. So these are some concepts. Sorry, not sure where my voice is. These are some concepts that they kind of abide by. So as you are looking at them, I will read this. Liberation from the agonizing effects of desire, a way to be temperate and does not enjoy excess, becoming one with the earth and who created it. Now, in these, there's a way to experience that nirvana. Let me expound by moving to the next slide. So as I've mentioned, this is a presentation on A Tale for the Time Being. These are specific moments that were in Nao's story. If you can see all of those. I think I'm going to work from the bottom up, actually. So, her father,